Hello, dear Gemini. I am Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary, revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your May 2021 horoscope. And I know you're a little excited because second half of May is your birthday time. So happy birthday ahead of time, Gemini. And we'll get right to it because we do have Mercury, your ruling planet, going retrograde at the end of the month. We're going to be feeling it, you mostly. I would say starting in the middle of the month. So Mercury, again, your ruler, moves into your sign, your first house, on May 4th. So I say first house because remember, these horoscopes are generalized. They also apply to a Gemini sun, Gemini rising, or a Gemini moon. And first house is the rising, where you're, and that's how I look at these charts. So we're going to look at Mercury, our planet of communication, connection, how we process information in this first house, making you, of course, even chattier than you normally are. Most likely, it will make you look very intellectual, possibly being looked at as someone who has a lot of information. Maybe you've been wanting to show others or tell others exactly who you are and how you like to express yourself. And so you'll have the support of your ruling planet Mercury to help you do that. And not too many days after that, on May 9th, Venus, our planet of pleasure, our planet of love and relationships and harmony and beauty, will enter your sign in that first house, attracting more attention your way. Most likely, especially those Geminis who are single or in a fairly new relationship, will attract a little more attention from that potential partner or that new partner. Some of you who have been in an established bond will most likely be deepening your connection with your beloved because you have a lot of things to talk about. And in the absence of maybe physical connection, because both of you are working in jobs, or you're taking care of kids, or you're, traveling, maybe there's some distance between the two of you, that communication becomes king. And I would also say that because we have a new moon in Taurus in your 12th house, it may surprise you at the information that shows up, because on May 11th at this new moon, it could bring up these needs, these feelings of maybe some places where you felt a little insecure because you weren't getting the communication or the connection you wanted with maybe beloved, or it could be with work and all the to-dos that are going on, and you're just not getting the support that you want. And all of a sudden, these little fears and insecurities start to pop up, and you're like, how can I feel safe and secure in my own self, in my psyche, if I'm not getting the information I need? And so this first part of May, you may be working on ways to gather more communication, and Venus likes to gather. And you may find ways to also gather your friends and your connections and those that you feel really like you just have fun and flirty with, and you get them together. It's easy for you to attract them, and then you're able to deal and have that support for anything that may show up that, like I say, could create those little fears or insecurities. The other thing that may happen at this new moon is you may find new ways in which you get to feed your soul. You get to allow yourself to maybe, I'll say, escape, or go on a retreat, or have a retreat. This could be a perfect time for you to carve out some space to bring the head and the heart into alignment, and then communicate your truth from a very real space. And it may be you find yourself in certain situations at the beginning of the month and maybe even throughout the month, but it'll be really active beginning of May into, I would say, May 20th, when the sun enters Gemini, because May 13th, we have Jupiter dipping its toe into Pisces in your 10th house. where I'm going with this, Gemini, is I feel as though you may find multiple opportunities to express a truth that maybe you've been suppressing or repressing for a while, or that you didn't even know was there. And this most likely will be some sort of truth that allows you to stand out in the crowd, allows you to be a leader. Maybe you're being shown as a leader, and others are coming to you and looking for your wisdom. Jupiter in Pisces in your 10th house is activating more of that expansion around your compassion, your wisdom, your ability to have great faith. People are scared at times. We know that life is happening and there's a lot of events that are out of our control. You may find that others are coming to you looking for you to support them as well. And that whatever you may be experiencing in your own internal world is there so that you can then share it with others, and they see you as that person they can rely on. I would offer that, especially with Jupiter in Pisces, it'll be in Pisces for a little while until it retrogrades back into Aquarius, and then it moves fully into Pisces later in the year, that you will have an opportunity to be able to expand your public status, maybe your career. It could be that the way that people perceive you is someone who has great faith or great hope or great compassion and healing qualities. All of that is Piscean, and that your words can help them to feel more settled, or to help them feel encompassed and really feel that they have hope again. I would say that you'll find a lot of this new moon energy on the 11th, maybe re-energizing some of that hope and faith in yourself as well, and knowing that the universe really does have your back. It's a great way to start your solar return when the sun moves into your sign, into your first house on May 20th. And so happy birthday again. And with the sun here, it energizes you and it makes you the star of the show. And it gives you a chance to be able to reflect on the last year and all that has happened, and be able to celebrate and look ahead to the future of what will be coming. And I would say that when the sun is entering into your sign and it's passing through your natal placement, that you may find yourself in the spotlight. You may again have more of that leadership role, especially as Mercury will be in shadow, and there could be some confusion and there could be some misunderstandings and there could be some miscommunications, that you can help others and you can lead them through to find clarity. Now, I would offer that it may take some time to unravel some of the balls of confusion that show up, especially as Saturn is going to go retrograde in your 9th house on May 23rd. So Saturn retrograding most of the summer in your 9th house could offer you the time to be able to research and go deeper into the meaning as to what this confusion, how it got created, what you need in order to unravel it, why it's important for people to understand what's going on. So there's going to be some pieces and parts here that you may say, okay, I can help, but let's take our time in figuring out how we educate ourselves on doing it differently in the future. What did we learn from it? What can we do differently? And what processes can we put in place to mitigate this in the future? Those are some things that I feel there may be some missteps that happen, and that you'll be the one that they look to help fix it. The other thing is we've got a full moon in Sagittarius. That's on May 26th, and it is an eclipse, and it's in your 7th house. Now, this could indicate not only relationship, partnership in a romantic sense, but it could be business sense, that something, I'll call it faded, comes across your path. The nodes actually means knot. So as in K-N-O-T. So there is a knot of time here that shows up that could bond you or bind you, if you will, because something comes to light. It's a full moon. So you may be going about your daily routine, everything is normal, you're talking to your partner, you're connecting with others, maybe you're wanting to sign a contract, that sort of thing, and suddenly you meet somebody that you haven't seen in a while, or you have a conversation with someone that you thought was gone. It was, put to bed, put to rest, whatever, and it comes back. And it's able to be revisited in a new way, and in a way that may either eclipse the relationship out or eclipse the issue so that the relationship then becomes stronger. It becomes more in alignment with you. This full moon could also bring you opportunities because it is in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. It could bring you some opportunities to be able to share your wisdom, your knowledge, your gifts with your partner. And again, this could be romantic or business, or it could be that maybe you're working on a contract with someone, and this gives you an opportunity to be able to see it from a higher perspective and maybe give some pieces and parts that were necessary in order to maybe scrap that first contract and write a new one. Now, as I'm talking about contracts, I'm also keeping in mind, yes, Mercury, as I mentioned, is going retrograde on the 29th in your first house. What this can indicate is that it could be that others perceive you in a way that you weren't intending. Maybe you wanted to show up a certain way and they just don't see it that way. So there could be some miscommunications. There could be some misunderstandings. At the same time, this can also be an opportunity for you to be able to revisit certain things. And please take your time when you're having conversations with others, because you could be saying potato and all they hear is the sky is blue, completely different page. So you may have to say, yes, maybe the sky is blue, but the sun is shining on this garden here to grow my vegetables. So you may have to walk through it in a different way until they finally get it. I feel as though the end of May into June, you may be having multiple conversations that feel like you're at cross purposes that you have to bring back on into alignment. The other thing is watch your transportation. Make sure you have, if there's any maintenance issues with your vehicles, that you get it taken care of beforehand. If you need to buy one, get that warranty. If you're signing contracts, get a second pair of eyes, get the legal counsel that you might need. Make sure that you have checked off all the boxes. And if you're uncertain, because that's one thing about Mercury retrograde, it can make us feel a little foggy or uncertain and question our logical acuity. So if you're uncertain, take time, create some space, use your words. That's one of the things Gemini is really good at. Just say, I'm not quite sure I understand. I need a little time to think about this. Let me process it. I'll get back to you. And especially those Geminis of you who are applying for a new job or accepting an offer, this is a good time for you to be able to say, I need just a little bit of space to think about what you're offering me and come back and revisit that. So the other piece of this, Gemini, some of you may be looking at trips. Maybe you're wanting to go local, get in the car, drive again. Make sure your transportation is up to date, and also give yourself a lot of space and grace for, traffic, construction. If you are flying, maybe there's delays, whatever that might be. Just be very patient with yourself. If you're buying plane tickets, train tickets, whatever it is, because we are getting back into travel, then you might want to make sure that you double check the cities that they're going to, because perfect example, friend of mine wanted to book a trip with me and she was determined that it was going to go to one city. And I kept saying, no, it's a different city. And so thank goodness we double checked it and made sure she got to the right city. So just putting that out there as an example, make sure you double check your work. Double check what you're doing. Maybe even ask somebody to reflect it back to you verbally so that you get it. All right, Gemini, I certainly hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Come visit me at jamiedawn.com for your personal reading. And I look forward to connecting with you. I hope you have a great month.